Hey, great Tuesday evening. It is a beautiful evening in the city of Brownsville. And it's been a kind of a trippy kind of day. It's been a wacky weather kind of day, always hot, but that is always expected. And I don't know why I'm looking down at my bottom screen. I should be looking at my top screen. I've already explained that. Hola, Paul. Suerte. Gracias. Hello, Jessica and Kat. Good evening. And hey, Pedro, how's it going? Joe, what's up, my man? And yeah, it's kind of a weird day. Again, um, first day of school. First day of school for BISD, and not necessarily the first day of school for everyone in the city of Brownsville, but it was mostly a chaotic day. It was a chaotic day, and I've heard some horror stories, and I've heard some it's so stories, and we're going to talk a little bit about some of them tonight, and try and stream through the others. And let me tell you, good evening, Zulu. Buenas noches, Rosie. Up, Tony. Good
Robert.
evening, Cheese, Frankie, Tony. Awesome week. Have a awesome week. Again, one of the things that we mentioned last night, and I posted on my page this morning, guys, and we spoke about it. Please be patient. Please be patient with our teachers, our staff, our principals, our folks out there. They are doing the best that they can. Yes, Kevin, I have your shirt for you. Uh, Come pick it up. 1240 East Madison. I'm running out, so hurry. Good evening, everyone. Make March safe for back to school. How do we log on? No. Let me show you. I think that's one of the things that teachers got a lot of. How do I log on? No puedo. I hope y'all had a great first day of school. Yeah.
Tiring.
Ruth, Miss. Buenas noches. The students. Good evening. And tonight we have, of course, Frankie Olivo and Tony Lopez. Tony Lopez is our sped ed teacher from Lopez High School. Tony, how was y'all's day today?
You know, it was pretty good. I mean, considering that a lot of us were kind of I'm gonna tell you, I was super lost. I think I barely created my classes on Teams last night, and I'm still trying to upload things and stuff. But I only had one class today because most of it was all I went to other classes. So my one class, I had 11 students. Hi, Michelle. I had 11 students, and 5 of them showed up. But they were eager and they were ready, so that was a good thing. I did show up to an inclusion class, and I don't know what happened if there was 2 different classes going on, but I was with some kids, and I think the teacher was with other kids. But that's fine because I went ahead and took over the class
You
with my kids. So yes, it was a little bit chaotic, but I think we pulled through.
Awesome. Frankie, how was your day?
Good evening, Erasmo. Hey, Tony, how's it going? Hello,
Good.
world. Good evening. I enjoyed going through my feed and seeing the teachers set up, the students engaged. I saw some with a TV in front of them with their iPads or their laptops. All in all, throughout the day, the constant feed was just awesome. It was very, very encouraging to see the parents involved, the students involved. We know that it's going to be very rough for these next couple of weeks, but it is not the fault of the teacher. It is not the fault of the student. I place the blame, unfortunately, with leadership. If we would have done this back in March, April, May, we could have worked things out to have seen what works and what doesn't. The biggest complaint that I've been getting, guys, is that, we have a lot of teachers that aren't as tech savvy as we would like. So that's where the problems come into play. Again, not everybody has access to internet. Not everybody has the parent as involved as others. So this is going to take a couple of weeks, possibly months, if we go past the September 28th date. But I know that the teachers will do everything possible to try and reach out to the parents, to the students. I know that they were up late yesterday and they worked late into the afternoon today trying to still work with the parents and making sure that there is that constant communication amongst themselves. So, it's going to be hard. It was very chaotic. I got several messages, but all in all, I am confident that the teachers will do everything possible for our students, guys.
Guys, let me let you know that again, got a lot of messages from a lot of the teachers that they were up since like 5, 6 in the morning, and they were working it back then. And a lot of teachers just got off a little whiles ago. Some are still at it right now. That's why they're not here right now, because they are they're still dealing, with a lot of the glitches, a lot of the information that they have to provide. So a lot of teachers are stressing some. There is a lot of stress, and again, we really wish that it would have been a little bit more user friendly in regards to smooth sailing on the first day of school. But we all knew that it wasn't going to happen. I mean, come on. We had Coach Joe Valdez on last night, and when we asked what he was expecting out of today was chaos.
Mm-hmm.
So when you expect chaos, you're not going to be disappointed because if chaos comes, you go like, well, I expected it, and if it doesn't come, you go like, oh well, it wasn't that bad, but it was chaotic. It was chaotic for a lot of individuals, but again, it's going to be a little bit chaotic for the next couple of days. And the reason I say that is because, as a whole, guys, we have to be patient. Please give our schools at least this week. Let them work out all the kinks necessary this week. Raymond is what's my password? How do I submit my assignment? Have no internet. Who do I call? Yes. I mean, it's like you were reading my mind and the mind of 6,600 personnel at BIZ. Yes, very much so, guys. But guys, it's okay. And Maida, my heart, and glad that you survived. I think most people did survive out there. The Zulu who got bit by a dog. I hope the pup's okay. Sorry, that was too easy. No, I hope that you're doing okay. Glad it wasn't too bad. But yeah, no one could have expected it to be like this ever. But again, our people are doing a good job. Tony?
It was. I yesterday I did hear Mr. Valdez when he said it was going to be chaotic, and I was thinking it was going to be the worst. I know that I personally woke up super early because my son is in middle school now, so he goes in at 7:45. So I was scrambling around like crazy with my hair like this, trying to fix it because I wanted to be presentable with my kids. And I'm trying to run back and forth to get him on. And then my daughter can't get on to one of her dual enrollments. And she's like, nobody's told me anything. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. So then I have like my phone going off with messages, ma'am, I can't do this. And here I am trying to look up. And I had entered a classroom and the teacher, I guess, couldn't log on at the same time. So I ended up logging on for him. So I'm trying to take over the class and answer all these messages all at once. So it was kind of crazy. But I think for the most part, the kids were calm. And I thought mainly that the internet was going to crash altogether. But it didn't. So that was a good part. And, Mr. Perez. So yeah, so I was just like, oh my goodness, this has been a crazy day. I got off a Zoom at 8:45 with a student.
Wow.
Because she was having a hard time logging off things. So I told her, look, I have something to do at 9, but let's log on really quick. So I got her into Zoom and I walked her through on how to log in on everything by sharing my screen. And so I decided, because I called some of my parents and, they weren't getting on, they were having issues. So I told them, you know what, tomorrow I'll go through it slowly with all my students and make sure they know how to log into their classes. So, we have an hour and a half. And like you said, we have this is all new for everybody involved. I mean, I know we did it a little bit last year, but this year we are starting full blown classes all online. So, and you have to be there all day. And the block schedule is a little bit confusing for some of them. So, I just want to make sure that my students, especially because they're the SPED population, that they can navigate through it all. So tomorrow, that's what I'm going to concentrate mostly on. Each one of my students is trying to get them navigated and situated so they won't have a lot of issues.
Yeah, and Maida was making mention that she found that today she got to wear a lot of different hats, and that's the same sentiment of a lot of individuals out there throughout the district. They just felt like they had to do a little bit of all. So they went from teachers to handy people,
Mm-hmm.
because handyman is not appropriate. Now it's handy people, because you had to do a little bit of everything. And again, guys, amazing job, everyone out there that got stuck with doing what needed to be done. And to everyone else out there, just know that slowly, hopefully, all the material will be brought in slowly, and you know all students will get the material that they were promised. But again, parents, please be patient with the teachers, and teachers also be patient with all the parents. I've hired a tutor for my autistic kid. Yes, and someone was making mention that they were trying to hire a tutor as well, and that may be something that is necessary for a lot of individuals to do. And again, my hope and prayer is that all this is just temporary, until we get better news from the experts, from the medical field, from our scientists, and we come up with a vaccine. I constantly hear that it is a lot closer than it was when this virus started. So let's hope. I will say, someone was asking in regards to cookies. I'll have cookies tomorrow. Tomorrow afternoon, I'll have cookies. I ordered more cookies because they are awesome. And I want to thank a friend of mine that came by today and got me some of these amazing reusable straws. And let me tell you, I love reusable straws. It's kind of a trippy deal because you would never suspect that of me. But I do have two reusable straws at home. They're green, but now I have reusable straws here at the studio. So thank you so much. The mom came by with a student and said, Erasmo, my son bought this with his own money, and wanted to bring it to you as a gift, and I love it. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. I love these. I truly believe in recycle, reuse, and reduce. 100% recycle, reuse, and reduce. I live for it. And the reason that I say I live for it is because, one, I go to thrift stores, and all the clothes that I wear is bought 100% at thrift stores. And it is my hope that we as a community can reduce our footprint, our footprint out there, and use the different resources that are out there. Recycling is amazing. Buying clothes at thrift stores is mega amazing. And one of the things that I find at thrift stores is that you find amazing finds, like the $45,000 sign I have behind me. And let me tell you guys, I had the chance to go today. I stopped by after having a meal at Cheddar's. I stopped by the Visitors Bureau, and I found where our sign used to rest. And have y'all seen the new sign they put up there? Oh my goodness! Have you seen it, Tony?
No, I haven't seen it.
It's pretty horrible.
It's a couple words and like 5 pictures. And when I thought about your sign at Osmond. I was like, why did they change it? Like, in what right mind did they think this is better? This is the one you have is colorful. It has everything to do with the city of Brownsville. I was just shocked. I was like, wow, that's a downgrade.
Tony, I'm going to bring it up. I'm going to bring up the picture because I actually took a picture of it. But let me tell you, I really, really freaked out. I could not believe that the city of Brownsville would change this sign for the sign we have there. And again, one of the things, Tony, that I learned out there at one of the things that I learned out there at Lopez was that y'all have an awesome graphics program. You know,
Mhm.
I think it was Mr. Batchel's the one that used to run that program.
He used to. This year we have a new teacher, Miss Ortiz, and now she's running the program.
Well, let me tell you, an amazing program. And I've seen a lot of that because I know that a lot of the graphics that they done for like for the plays and stuff, amazing, amazing work. So I always wish that there we could find some way to give back to our students because this uh, piece of art behind me, this billboard behind me, this billboard actually cost us $150,000. $150,000 because it was part of a marketing campaign. Now the sign in itself is worth $45,000. And why they thought that they needed to change it for this blows my mind.
It is very plain.
Tacos, palm
And
tree,
I mean,
Harambe.
Arambe, the one that they killed, they shoot him and then they memorialize him on a sign. But one of the things, let me tell you, one of the things, and when I was standing there in front of it, I was going like, what in the heck possessed these people to do this? Because, I'm not a marketing expert in any way, shape, or form, but I do an okay job. One of the first things that we learned, Tony, is don't leave too much white space. Right, Frankie?
yep.
Well, that's something I tell everyone. Don't leave white space.
You know, you mentioned Lopez and how they do the graphics. They do a lot better and it's the students who do it. The teacher makes the students do all of it, and they do a lot better graphics than this. I'll tell you that. And if the spacecraft is there, I would think since SpaceX is there, they would probably pay more money to make it look a little bit nicer. I don't know.
This sign was legit made on MSP. Zach the attack. Gun two. My man, my man, my man. It's horrible. This is the Visit Brownsville sign we have now. And this is the Visit Brownsville sign we used to have. There's no comparison. Oh,
Wow.
don't leave white space. That's racist. Sorry. Judge Rodney. I love you, Rodney. Let me come on to the ranch. But look at, I love the pictures. The pictures are nice. They're a little bit pixelated, but does not compare to this sign here. This is what we had. That anyone thought that paying $150,000 to have this, my goodness gracious, this city is completely losing it. You know what else is missing, Frankie?
What's that?
Well, take a shot. Tony, you know what else is missing?
Don't tell me Ciclovia.
Well, no, of course not. That should have been missing a long time ago. What's missing is our city's logo.
True.
On the border.
By the sea.
By the sea.
Guys, that's Brownsville.
This, to me, doesn't look anything like a representation of Brownsville. I especially don't like the part where it's just all that white part. I don't like any of that white part.
We love the city. We'll represent the city. Goodness gracious. Soccer ball. Yes, there's no soccer ball, Sebastian. True. If I made it, for sure would have looked like Erasmo size, not the white one. No. I mean, this looks like one of Frankie's opponent's signs and one of my opponent's signs. You know, you can't read the "We love this city" unless you're right there close to it. That's why you can't read Frankie's opponent's sign or my opponent's sign. Así está chiquitito the name. Guys, we could have had my sign, but you know what? One city's loss is another man's treasure. And now I have a $45,000 sign right behind me. But again, and I mentioned that it's snowing. It's snowing on the white space. Give them a break. They have tacos on there. It is, Rodney. It is a waste. I can imagine who did it. Me too. We made sure we didn't want to see white and have a good representation of who we are. Rodney's not going to like that comment. How about something chess related? Yes, I agree. Pan dulce. Hey, now you're talking my language. And as I work with the city of Brownsville for 25 years. Well, I could tell because of the tower you have up there. That is an awesome tower. But again, guys, we go back into the same thing. You know, we shouldn't have wasteful spending, man. And if something is works, something is nice like this, come on, man. Why are you going to exchange it for something that's so ugly? So simple. So simple. It's not really, you know, I won't say it's ugly. You know, it's just too simple. No?
It's very simple.
Yeah. The issue with it, let me tell you, I'm actually, I'm glad tacos are good. I agree with you, Paul. What ad agency do we have? It's actually an ad agency from Austin, Texas. If I'm not mistaken, again, I'm going to try and find out, but the ad agency that we used to have, the one that did that horrible logo when they tried to change the "On the Border by the Sea." Do y'all remember that?
Yeah.
They tried to change "On the Border by the Sea." That one, that organization was a relative of former state representative Rene Oliveira.
I remember that. Did it get approved or did it? I remember they brought it up.
Oh, it got approved. They paid him.
Okay, I thought it got denied because of that association.
No, they paid him $150,000. $150,000, and you know, they were starting to make the change in regards to all the logos throughout the city, all the logos on the cars and the vehicles and the letterheads everywhere, to that really like Spark It Up Brownsville or something. It was horrible, ugly. I mean, I even copied it off my PowerPoint presentation. On PowerPoint, I did the same thing. I go like, "Hey, man, I'll charge you $15 for it instead of $150,000." But it seems like we're always paying $150,000 for marketing, you know. And we had that logo. We had this. No, we had Fiesta. Brownsville is a Fiesta. I don't know. You remember that one?
I think I remember that one. That was an old one.
Yes. And then we had this one. And then we have the new one. You're talking about a good $750,000, you know, $750,000. You know how many scholarships we could have given our students, Tony, for $750,000?
A lot.
An opportunity. You know, they have a vested interest in the city. It's their city. No one is going to know it better than they. And, you know, we have such amazing talent there at Lopez, our Fine Arts Academy, and at our other schools. You know, why couldn't we, you know, put up a scholarship to let students, you know, submit proposals for a marketing plan for the city of Brownsville? We have a college and we have a university. Why couldn't we gotten our college students, our university students to help with the marketing matter? I mean, it would have gone a long way. It would have helped a needy family here in the city of Brownsville. The money would have stayed here in Brownsville probably. It's a win-win for everyone. But no, the way they did it, it's a win for the relative of the politician, el compadre. and an ad agency in Austin, Texas. That's what's unfortunate, because this sign back here, your $45,000 sign, the one that was part of a $150,000 marketing campaign, they dumped it at a thrift store in Austin, Texas. And Erasmo paid $86 for it. $86 for it. And look, guys, my concern is the disregard to tax dollars, the disregard to tax dollars, the disregard, you know, to opportunities for our students, for our Brownsville folk. Why is it that, I mean, it seems that we're the only ones screaming out here, we have amazing talent. We have amazing talent. And they seem to think we don't, because they may say it, but their actions say something other. Tony?
I think the same thing. I think they should offer it to our people here. I mean, why do we always have to seek elsewhere, for what we need? And it's like you said, it's all about politics. It's what are you going to do for me if I do this for you? Or what am I going to get if I do this for you? And that's usually how it works all the time.
Frankie?
I said it. I hope this makes the city go on notice. From here on out, we hope to have more engagement from our students, from our local artists. This is the only way that we will be, in all essence of the word, promoting Brownsville, because that's the idea. We always talk a good game of, we want to promote Brownsville. We want to be that city on a hill. We want our artists to be showcased. We want our local talent, students who are artists, who could possibly be in the future great, amazing entrepreneurs or artists. Well, we should give them that opportunity. I hope this is a lesson learned for our community, that whenever this comes up again for the city, in spending 100, 150 for an outsider to come in, we should go to the public forum, make a public comment, and say, you know what, I don't agree with this. We have seen how time and time again we have given the money elsewhere. If we really want to promote Brownsville, and I'm sure everybody does, but again, these politicians, they probably just say it because no les conviene hacer eso. The thing is that if we want to promote Brownsville, we should do it. We should showcase the talent that we have. I saw an amazing artist, and I apologize to this artist. His name does not come to my head. He did the Hard Knocks painting in the gym. It was awesome. I think he spray painted it, if I'm not mistaken. And if the artist is watching, I do apologize. Please inbox me. You're very talented, my brother. This guy, and I think he has an Instagram page or a Facebook page, and all his work is jaw-dropping. It's wow. It's amazing. If the city of Brownsville contracted somebody like that, we would be okay, because that money would stay locally. That individual would spend money at the mom and pop restaurants. His children would buy clothes, food, gadgets at our local stores. Something like that, the city would encourage and say, hey, we're all for it. We want this artist from Brownsville, from our area, to prosper economically. So I hope this helps us in the future to put the city on check. Whenever they come again and say, oh, we have a great idea to promote Brownsville, we have to say, okay, is the individual from Brownsville? Does he reside in Brownsville? How much money? And why don't we give a chance to our local students to showcase their talents? I think that's a great way for us to pressure the city and say, hey, let's not throw our money out. Let's keep it in house.
You know, I've never, I don't, usually I'm just secluded to my working area at work. I don't ever venture out anywhere. But this last year, I took my daughter with me to Lopez, and she excelled there, and she was part of the musical that we had. And I got to see firsthand how our students created all of the posters, all of the advertisement for this. They used the green back screen, and I mean, they were working hard and diligently, all around the clock just to get everything done for this musical. And when I started seeing their work, hi mom, when I started seeing their work, I was just like, because they were so amazing, everything that they do, and they were so meticulous, and they wanted it to be perfect, and each one of them wanted their poster to outshine everybody else's. So you can only imagine, what they produced. I wanted a picture of every single thing that they took, because they were just all like, I wanted to cry just seeing everything. And it was just beautiful. Like you said, we have a lot of talent here in Brownsville. A lot of talent here in Brownsville.
100%. And let me tell you, Ronnie, this Ronnie was my. I'm hearing a record.
It's your mic, I think.
Mine? No. Ronnie, this is exactly my next point. The issue is, that the politicians, they can't get a cut from a student or from a family. They can't get that envelope under the table. They can't get that political favor from one of our students. So at the end of the day, our politicians don't care about our students. They don't care about making our community prosper. They only care about what's essential, beneficial, prosperous for them and for their clique, and not for our people. And that's where we all lose as a community. When you have organizations that hire los compadres and not the most qualified individuals, we all lose. When you have a governmental body that takes money from special interest or from vendors, then we all lose. We all lose. So if they were to set up scholarships, the city of Brownsville, and offer those $750,000 that they're going to piss away anyway, or dump at a thrift store, if we would give those $750,000 back to the people, our community as a whole would benefit, man. But they don't care. They don't care. That is one of the reasons why I'm very disgusted at this current board. Disgusted. Because this current board has the gall to come out today and throw out videos on, hey guys, we're all in this together. It's all peachy keen. It's all great. And they are the last individuals who should be going out there and saying, everything is awesome. Everything is peachy keen. Especially Sylvia Atkinson, who has stolen millions of our students' money, millions of our students' dollars, and tons of our teachers' resources. She still has the nerve to go out there and make a damn video. But let me tell you, City of Brownsville, I'm very proud, very, very proud that I see a lot of thumbs down, dislikes on those videos. And current board and Minerva and Flip Flopping Philip and El Tapón Little Eddie, who are out there as the seeking election, go look at the YouTube channels, guys. And you're going to see a lot of thumbs down, a lot more thumbs down than thumbs up. And that is very indicative of the feeling, the sentiment of our people. They're tired of your crap. They're tired of your thievery. They're tired of you pocketing my children's money and my teachers' resources. They're tired. Go look. I'm very proud. I'm very proud that a lot more people are standing up and being vocal. You know, it's disgusting that the head of the snake is out there making a video from the same organization that she stole so much from, our children. And you know what really pisses me off, Frankie? What really pisses me off is if she would have stolen money from St. Joe, it would still been disgusting, still been disgusting. But St. Joe, they could afford losing a couple million here or there. It's the rich and the elite of Brownsville, you know. But Sylvia Atkinson stole from the poorest of our children. The poorest of our children, just like the Burns principal, stole from the poorest of our children, and Sylvia gave her a pass. A pass. Stole from the poorest of our children. Because my students from Burns, a great chunk of them live in Cameron Park. Low income kids, parents that invested money into that school. And that is the culture that is fomented when at the top you have rats. It trickles down. It trickles down. And you have an administration that thinks that they could get away with hell and a half. And let me tell you guys, it will never be stopped until you stop voting for the same crap to come back into office. Because I don't care what Minerva says, what Minerva tells you. She, La Drew Brown, La Laura, Flip-Flopping Philip, and Little Eddie, and Baltasar Salazar are as guilty as Sylvia Atkinson. As guilty of taking from our kids. Frankie?
November 4th can't get any faster here. What bothers me is that none of the board members say anything in regards to this individual. And before anything, I said it again. I believe in this country, innocent until proven guilty. But the honorable thing for her to do is for her to step away and take care of her legal matters while this is looming. It does not seem right for me for the board members to allow this to continue. They are allegations that a board member took money from a federal agent while voting for something that would benefit this alleged movie deal, 10K. And for the first day of school to promote, to showcase, to highlight this individual, what message are we giving to the children? What message are we giving to the teachers? It just boggles my mind. And again, I'm all for innocent until proven guilty. I believe that wholeheartedly. But at the same time, it would be the honorable thing for the board members to say, you know what, Miss Atkinson, Dr. Atkinson, we know you're going through your legal troubles. Handle those first, ma'am, before you step out and come out on camera. To me personally, that would show the city of Brownsville, you know what? This is bigger than me. But she is showing us that it's not. She is adamantly on there. And again, maybe that's to prove her innocence. Maybe that is to show the world that, hey, I have nothing to hide. But it's kind of hard to be on mic, to be on tape, to receive that marked money from the federal agent and say, I did nothing wrong. That's my only concern in regards to that. It bothered me. And my friends sent this to me and said, hey, look what BISD is promoting. And I said, well, technically she is still a board member and she hasn't been found guilty. But conscientiously, the right thing to do, Erasmo, would be to bow down and to say, you know what, BISD parents, this is too much. I need to step away. That's my only concern, guys.
Well, it's very simple. The district, and not the district, my teachers and staff and everything. Tony, I'm not dogging on y'all. Higher administration continues to make one mistake after another mistake after another mistake. Guys, they should have never, ever, ever made those videos. I don't know who the hell is advising them. They should have never, ever made those videos because it is a very, very stressful time for a lot of individuals out there. And it's just like a constant reminder at how stupid those board members have been, how irresponsible, how uncaring, how nonchalant, how arrogant, and I'm trying to find more words, how a-holish these people have been. Really. I mean, hey, yeah, let's throw out a video and everything's going to be okay now. Guys, they laugh in our face and they say, no matter what we do, no matter what we say, doesn't matter if we take away this right, that right from you, we're still here. So after November, it's going to be your call if they're still here. They need not be here. And let me tell you, I want to applaud AOBE. AOBE, as they took it upon themselves, after we went out there and shared with our community the big concern about this board, screwing over classified staff by placing in danger their livelihood and their job. AOBE went out there full force and fought them. And now they are going to retract. So to the bus driver out there who Minerva told, oh, no, it's there. She lied to you, bro. Te echó mentiras. Y tú le creíste a la Minerva, que dijo que estaba en otra página. Por si acaso no entendemos. Estaba en otra página. Te mintió. She lied. Because when you could tell that they're lying? Every single time they open their mouth. They lied. They did try to change local policy, employee handbook, to protect certified employees and to screw over every single other employee in the district. You're talking about thousands of people at no cost to them. You know what we call that? Heartless bastards. Because that's what they are. Heartless bastards. Because the only thing that they care about is putting $1 in Sylvia's pocket. That's the only thing they care about. Hello, I was recently reminded of the middle school tracks for all middle school. What happened with those? Not equitable, not fair. I think the last one that was placed was Vela Middle School, or it was fixed. I'm not sure. I wanted to say that most of them were there. Tony, did y'all get to work on campus or at home? Volume.
You're on mute, Tony.
I think only the people who requested to work on campus are the ones working on campus. But otherwise, for the most part, all teachers are allowed to work from home. And I'm not sure about the paras. I know they had been on campus. And I know the counselors have to be on campus. And I mean, it's hard. It's a hard situation for everybody. I know that we have a lot of people who are upset because some of us get to stay home and some don't. And I think it's true. And I don't understand, what the basis is for being on campus. But I know that they're all trying to, you know, they're all trying to work together and trying. I know it's upsetting to many, and I can understand that. I think for me, I'm very grateful that I'm able to be at home, and it's not easy even for me as a parent and as a teacher. I mean, as you can see, I'm trying to do well. I didn't buy it; my fiance bought it for me, and it was it's an expense. It cost $130, and I had bought my own desk, and we're all trying to be the best. I know a teacher who had to buy a printer. She had to buy her own stuff to try to work at home as well. And it's hard for everybody around. It's not just the parents. It's not just the teachers. It's not just the parents who are teachers. It's hard for everybody. And, we're all trying to go through this pandemic. And it makes it very hard when they want you to do your job and, things happen like what happened to the paras. I was very disheartened by that because they've been on campus and they've been working, and even some of them even volunteered, and I just feel like it's just it makes you feel like you're unimportant.
It does, and let me tell you, I mean, I got word this afternoon. Individual at Sharp Elementary tested positive, and the principal refuses to shut it down, to have deep cleaning done, effected at the office throughout the school. What's worse is they know for a fact that the person has come into contact with areas that staff has been at, and our students have been at, our parents have been at. And they refuse to shut it down. Now, guys, there's no students on campus. Shut it down. How many more people at Sharp Elementary are going to have to come out positive just because this administration is hell-bent on proving a point? Why do they continue to place other personnel in danger? Who, you know what? As of right now, their livelihood is not protected because the board voted to screw you over, classified and non-certified personnel. Shut it down. Shut it down. And goodness gracious, guys, I mean, why? And look, and you know what? I get a lot of crap. No, Erasmo, it's good, especially from my opponent, because that's what la little prissy Richco is going around saying. Erasmo's just being negative. I need some more caviar. Because Erasmo's being negative. I need another lobster. I need some foie gras. Foie gras. I'm not sure what foie gras is, but sounds kind of richy. Erasmo's being negative. I need another latte. A skinny latte. With almond milk. Because, almond milk is better for you. And it saves the planet. Shut up. Anyway. Skinny milk. Who the hell drinks almond milk? For what? Drink regular milk. Not the 2%, not the 1%. Regular whole milk. That's good. But it doesn't be negative. No, I'm not being negative. Start doing the damn right thing, and I won't have anything negative to say. It's that simple. If you do the right, look, people are going to test positive, guys. People are going to test positive. We all know that, okay? So if someone tests positive on campus, I mean, it's okay. It's going to happen. It can happen. What do? The right thing is to do what? Shut it down. Deep clean, wax on, wax off. Wax on, wax off.
I thought that was going to be the protocol, though. I thought if somebody came out positive, they were going to do, close down for, however long it took.
No plan.
I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and I was like, why don't we just all go back to school and we do the community herding like they want us to do, and then it'll be survival of the fittest. And I just feel like that's ultimately what people want in the higher up, is to send everybody, and it doesn't work. They already did it in Georgia. They've already done it in northern states, and people have gotten sick. They've closed down the school. There was one school where they had 296 people come out positive. I mean, I don't understand the concept, and I don't think our numbers are going to get better anytime soon. And especially if we continue to be out there exposing ourselves to it.
It's that's part of the problem, Tony. They say one thing, and then they go and do completely the opposite. You know? Oh, but La Pingüina and La Silvia and El Tapón. Oh, we're back in school and everything's wonderful. Shut up, you stupids. It's not. Close down Sharp Elementary, deep clean it, and make sure that everyone else is A-OK. Do the damn right thing. And Erasmo won't have anything to talk about except his damn sign. Sign. My beautiful sign. That's the only thing I'll have to talk about. Close down the school. Frankie?
I wanted to talk or ask questions from Tony. SPED teachers reached out to me saying that it's been a struggle just being the first day. Tell us a little bit about the challenges of being creative, of having to keep the students engaged throughout the process. Also, talk to us about the video format, Google Meets, Teams. I have heard that from several teachers that they prefer Zoom, even though it's not allowed by the board, by the district, because it gives you more flexibility. It's a better platform that lets you see and share the screen with students. I know this is the first day, but could you talk a little bit about the challenges that you will be having in regards to keeping the students engaged, and how do you see Google Meets and Teams working for the first 4 weeks?
You know, here's my take. I've been working with special ed. This is my 14th year at Lopez High School doing special ed, and prior to that I did 1 year at elementary. So together I've been teaching about 16 and a half years, going on my 17th year. I've worked with the special ed population for a long time, and it's always hard to keep them engaged. Always. It's always going to be hard because you're talking, and especially with me, I have a resource class. I teach 3 resource classes throughout the day, and I have, all kinds of students in there. I have BI students. I have, just my normal resource students. And, it's hard. It's hard when you have somebody who's ADD bouncing off the wall and another one who doesn't even speak to you. So I sometimes have my desk crowded in front of me because everybody has a question, and I teach Algebra 1. So, everybody's crowding around my desk trying to figure out what we're doing. And then I have that one autistic boy sitting at the corner who I see, he's just there with his hands in front of his desk. And it's up to me to figure out what's wrong. And so imagine having all those walks of life in one screen. Today, I work at Lopez High School. Today I had out of all my classes today, most of them were inclusion. I had 1 resource class today. And like I said, I had 11 students. Out of my 11, only 5 showed up. And they were all very overwhelmed with all the platforms because everybody's using different platforms. We're using Google Classroom. Some of us are using Zoom. We're incorporating Zoom into our Google Classroom. And some of us are using Microsoft Teams. Some are using all of them together, and Schoology. So it's kind of hard for some of our children, some of our SPED kids, to jump from one to another. But we are allowed to use the platforms that work for our kids, or that we've been using and we already have set up and stuff. Like, for example, I decided to use Microsoft Teams because for me it was easier to create a classroom, and it automatically sends my kids an email link for them to sign on, so they don't have to go anywhere else to look for it, just their email. um, but I have another teacher that I'm working with, and she's using Google Classroom, and I go into her classroom, and she has it set up to where you just go into the Google Classroom and you can click the link to get into the Zoom. And she has both. She can see everybody, all her kids, and she can, and the good thing is that I'm there too, and I can help her. And it's really great because she and I work together. So if she ever has to step away from the camera, I can take over, and it works perfectly. We have a great, back-to-back team, and so that was great. But like I said, she can work the Google Classroom by having everything ready for the kids, and the kids don't have to be jumping back and forth. But there's some other teachers, like you said, we're not all computer or technology savvy. I know I'm not, and I like to think that I'm very innovative, so I don't mind new things. And I think I just didn't take the time like some of the other teachers, I think, to prepare. But I think for me, I was more concerned about how my students were navigating their way through there. So today, basically, I talked to the 5 students that I had, and I try to navigate different things on the teams and trying to teach them how to work it. And like I said, like tomorrow, I have a whole new first period class that I'll have. And I'll probably do the same with them. I'll probably try to figure out what it is, because I called some of my parents today, and some of them just had no idea how to log in. So I walked through with them. Like I said, I had a Zoom meeting right before getting on the show with a student, trying to help her navigate and stuff. So it's really hard. It's hard for everybody, for the teachers, for the parents, for the students, and not just special ed, all of them. And it is a different time. We've never been through a pandemic like this. We've never had to be home for numbers of months. I heard some really sad stories about my students that happened over the summer, and I was just like, I was heartbroken for them, because of what they had to say about how COVID affected them and their lives. And, those are the kind of things that I'm allowing my students to kind of unfold, and to kind of just, be able to accept everything that's going on. And it's hard. But I think, like, at times like this, when we're at our darkest, when we're at our lowest, I think we should all come together. And I think I've said this in the prior shows, as a community, parents, teachers, all of us should work together and not against each other, because we're all going through this, situation. Even I got frustrated today because I was like, what do you mean you can't log on? I've told you how to log on, and I had to just step aside for a minute as a parent, as a teacher, and just try to figure out calmly how to help the students. So tomorrow, that's what I'm going to concentrate mostly with my population, is trying to get them navigated through this, whole internet thing, the Google and the platforms and everything, the different platforms that they need to work on.
Cesar, I'll answer your question. I blame them all, and I'll tell you why. Because there was a plan already set. There was a plan. There was a plan already set in place. There are certain guidelines that they needed to follow. And if it's not going to be the principal's call, I mean, they spent a whole meeting out there, Cesar. They spent a whole meeting out there specifically letting people know what was going to happen if someone tested positive on campus. Do it. Just do it. Shut it down. The authorization has already been given because it was already presented to the damn board. So they shut it down. That's what they're supposed to do. Now, when a principal finds out that someone in their office has tested positive, it is the principal's responsibility. It's that simple. Look, man, if you're going to be the captain of that ship in this entire fleet, steer your ship well. If you don't, your ship is going to sink. And the ones that are going to suffer are your shipmates on that ship. And that's what our principals are. So I don't care. I don't care what the superintendent says ultimately. I don't care what the deputies or the AAs. I want the principal to take some action or at least to advocate for their people. Or else, why even have a principal at the school? But the directives have already been given, the instructions have already been laid out. People are to shut down, cleanse and clean somehow, way, shape, or other, whichever way you want to call it, and guarantee and make sure that everyone out there is A-OK. We've already gone through the whole process. We've spent meetings on it. Act on them. Do the right thing. Why is it so hard for people to do the right thing or defend these people? I love you. I love you more. Thank you for that. Make this city great again. 100%. Excellent takes, takes, Tony. Thank you for participating in the discussion tonight. It was very informative. Keep doing what you do. You appreciate making a difference. Tony's amazing. Great staff and faculty at Sharp Elementary. Hope everyone is safe. And again, look, guys, Erasmo's trying to dog on the principal. I'm not trying to dog on the principal. I want the principals to do the right thing. I want my people to be safe, and my people want to be safe. And the only reason I know is because they let me know they're concerned. And look, they should be concerned because it's not only the office staff, it's not only the parents that came into contact. It's not only them, it's their families, guys. And at the end of the day, I mean, here we are, all are taking extra precaution, taking care of ourselves for someone to do the wrong thing, man. And again, I'm not blaming the person that tested positive. Again, we're all going to run the risk of catching it some point or time. That's a given. But you try to contain the situation. And the way you contain the situation is by separating that individual and making sure that the individuals that came into contact with individuals are not propense to succumb to the same. Take care of your people. That's being very damn positive. Positive, because it's safe. Neither have we. Sylvia, are you still making personal loans or do you lend money to non-Disney people just asking for a friend? A friend. We adapt and overcome. Yeah, we have to. And again, that's something that Tony just mentioned. You know, look, guys, if there's anyone out there, and we've said it before, the individuals that need to be brought in are the experts, are the frontline staff. They're the ones that were going to give us the solutions. The problem is we are in the situation we are in right now with this chaos because the teachers, the counselors, the diagnosticians, all these people should have been brought in April. In April, our nurses, they should have been brought in, our office staff should have been brought in April. That's months ago. And they should have asked them, hey, let's brainstorm. And y'all give us the ideas on how this is going to succeed. But you know how many teachers, how many diagnosticians, how many office staff, how many counselors, how many nurses they had on the task force? Does anyone want to take a guess? Anyone? 0. 0. So they had no plan, prepared for nothing. And like I've been saying for months, if you send people onto campus, they're going to come out positive. And it's the first day of distance learning. And we already have a positive at Sharp Elementary. Come on, guys. We're never going to get out of it. We're never going to get out of it because we just have this back to school thing. You know? We're going to have Labor Day. You know?
Using my word.
You know.
I need to trademark it.
We're going to have all these different events, folks. So we're never going to get out of this. Never. numbers are going to be high. The number of deaths are going to continue to rise. And what's really irritating is that other places throughout the state of Texas have started to see a drop in numbers. We haven't. Even McAllen has started to see a drop in number of bed uses at the convention center. Our numbers are still not going down. Not a good thing. Good evening, guys. Frankie, teachers are doing the best to teach. Teachers are allowed to use Zoom. Whoever is reaching out to you are lying. The reason are having issues is due to the irresponsible parents that leave everything till the end.
If I could answer that, thank you, Rudy, for bringing that up. This all goes back to leadership. There is no uniformity within the district. What I was referring to was elementary. Sadly, it depends all on the area administrator. That is what the principal directs the teachers to do. And it comes from the top, Rudy. Whenever we don't have our superintendent giving guidance, giving direction, we have chaos. There is a lack of leadership within our district. Administration is very selective on platforms. They want everyone to use different platforms, and it makes it easier for an elementary to use one platform to rotate the special programs. So again, it all goes back to the superintendent, because he's the one that gives the direction to the area administrators, and then it trickles down. The area administrators give directives to the principals. One school are allowed to, and the others aren't. So that affects the instruction. So what is good for one may not be good for the other. And that is where our teachers are not able to have the proper resources available. Miss Tony, she works at the high school, and maybe she is allowed to use Zoom, and her other colleagues are allowed to. But in other schools, they're not, because it is a different AA. So that is where we need to be all on the same page, Rudy. That is my reason for stating that it's not working. We need to talk. We need to be more vocal about this. And I'm thankful for the teachers, for the BI teachers that reached out to me and said, could you help? Because we feel that the best video platform for elementary, for my students, is Zoom. So what is good for one, what is allowed in one area, in one certain schools, is not being allowed in another. So we need to be more vocal. We need to let administration know, give us more flexibility, because one AA is giving one directive while another AA is giving another.
Vale makes a good point. Look, and this has been one of my concerns, guys. You know, we are at Google Classroom, Google Meet, Zoom, whatever. We're going into Schoology. We're switching to Schoology. So we're going to have to retrain everyone again? I mean, is that what's going to happen, Tony?
I think here's my perspective on this, because we were trained on Schoology when in the summer. We were trained for that. And we don't have the licensing for it right now. But Microsoft Teams is supposed to be integrated with Schoology when we do get Schoology. And they do want us to use Microsoft Teams. However, some teachers have already established their classrooms through Google. They've already established their stuff through Zoom. So they want to keep the teachers also, comfortable, where they already know how to teach, where they already know what platform to use, and they're using it, and it's been working for them and their students. So and it's like I said, our principal wants us all to just try to work together. And if it means using different platforms for them for now, then that's what it's going to take. Like I said, Schoology is going to be tied into Microsoft Teams when we do get it. So right now, I'm not even concentrating on Schoology, because as far as I'm concerned, Microsoft Teams is going to be merged with them. So yeah, so that's why I'm using Microsoft Teams, because I just want to keep it, like you said, I'm not very tech savvy. I wish I was, but when I grew up with beepers, now with cell phones. So I for me it's a little bit harder. So if Microsoft Teams is easier, that's what I'm going to use. And yeah, I'm going to probably use some Google Classroom for those kids who cannot log into my Microsoft Teams, or even use Remind. I am open to using anything that my students are going to be able to be comfortable with, and to be able to navigate easily for them.
Awesome. Because you're amazing.
I try to.
Anyone selling tamales? Jason, that was my number one concern today too. You and I have so much in common, brother. Any lunch ladies, enchiladas, those were good. Actually, they were not as good as the square pizza that we used to get when we were going to school, but a close second, maybe third. What sharp? The sharp case, was it teacher, office staff? Office staff. Yep. They waited last minute to ask nurses. Yes, they did. And that was dumb as dirt. Zero. Exactly. Zero. Sorry, I'm catching up. We have RN, same RN that work at the hospital. Ask them their opinions. 100%. Make them a part of the solution. They want to be a part of the solution. Erasmo, the Flipper Cowan said in his public announcement video that they had bought all kids their laptops and puntos calientes. Flip-flopping Philip, you know that he's lying when he starts moving his lips. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. We got 14,000. No, 2,000. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Very true, Frankie. No leadership, none. We are not allowed to use Zoom. Checking the USB. Hijo de su Erasmo. Check king size drink. Was it grape? No, actually, this is cranberry juice because of my UTI. Let me tell you, fue horrible. Fue horrible. And I'm almost, you can't see it through there, but it's almost at the bottom. And let me tell you, UTIs are horrible. You want me to tell you exactly what came on?
No.
Texas number 2 in the whole USA for positive COVID cases. It's now bueno. Adan, you got to understand, Brownsville right on the border on the Mexico. Everyone needs to practice social distance. This is just common sense. Don't start pointing fingers. 100%. 100%. People need to social distance. People need to wear their face coverings. You are 100% correct, Adan. Correct. Everyone is doing their best. I watched my daughters this morning and instructors were super patient. Yes. Some kids did not log on. Where were the parents or siblings for help? We as parents need help. Yes, you do. Again, I think one of the biggest concerns out there was that a lot of the parents some of the parents have to go work. I actually spoke with one mom, who was working and just having a hard time. And again, guys, there isn't a clear-cut solution for everyone out there. There really, really isn't. We just have to do our best together. But again, please be patient one with the other. We had a sandbox sample during the summer. Teachers are trained. Awesome. In October, we were switching to Schoology. I don't know why I want to call it zoology. I actually taught oceanography one time.
What?
I did. I taught oceanography to high school students. A whole semester too.
Wow.
Don't ask me what I learned out of the damn class. And don't ask the students what they learned. Working. Schoology is complicated. GC has more educational tools and easier to create digital classrooms. Yeah. Unfortunately, the school's administrators don't have the balls to stand up to their teachers and are putting lots of pressure on teachers. That is very, very unfortunate. Schoology is amazing. It's going to offer so many apps. that can integrate. It's amazing. Everything is going to be transferred over to Schoology without losing teacher files and their current platform. It will be a good transition. I think Schoology really is the best platform to be. We'll see. And again, I'm not beating Schoology. Schoology. I'm not beating it at all. Again, I just want people to be on a let's be patient, guys. Let's be patient while we go through the transition. It's going to be a hit and miss at times, a hit and learn. Again, I don't want to rehash the past, but if we had started in April, we'd be at a better place right now. But that's neither here nor there now, except I don't want you to forget by November that Minerva sucks, Philip sucks, and El Tapón, Eddie, el Enanito, Edelmiro sucks. 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 School. Oh, I already said that. Why are the platforms changing? Let's stay consistent with a set of platforms. Well, because we've already paid for Schoology. We've already bought into it, and again, it's what Ruby says. It might be the case. It might be the greatest thing in the world. Again, if we had started in April, it would have been such a better. We would have been in such a better place, because anyone who did not know that we were going to be going to distance learning for the fall semester, and who earns over, I don't know, $400,000 is stupid. Stupid. Not everyone trained for Schoology. It was only two campuses, and it was a voluntary training. Now the entire district will be forced to use Schoology and Big Blue Button. Actually, I like Big Blue Button, that name. I want to be called the Big Blue Button, except I'm handsome and totally not fat.
I do want to say that, like I said, we did get trained. I did say that we got trained for Schoology over the summer, and I really don't know who all was there. However, I personally didn't quite understand the whole Schoology platform. I do like the teams, and since it's going to integrate, I'm all for that. And so, like some people have mentioned, not everybody liked it because I think they were already used to their platforms. So I think, that's the issue right now. And I think everybody is just wanting to teach how they feel is more effective for them to get their teaching across to their students. And I think, maybe they should openly be able to be allowed to do so, because they're the ones that are in charge of their classroom at the end of the day.
100%. Microsoft Teams and I believe Google Classmates will be integrated, but teachers still need training to do well versed which buttons to press, like the Big Blue Button. We have to also account for parent-student retraining. Yeah, it's not gonna be smooth sailing. I survived my sister's day virtual school. I'm exhausted. Congratulations! Can we pick up lunch on any campus? I'm not exactly sure. I'm going to say yes, yes, yes.
Yes, I believe I heard that you can pick up your lunch at the nearest campus that you have, as long as you have those barcodes with you. And I know that they've already sent them out because I got some for my children.
Does it burn? Oh, yes. It burned actually on the first day on Sunday. Oh, my goodness. Burn, burn, burn. I fell into a burning ring of fire, went down, down, down in the flames and higher, and it burned, burned, burned. The ring of fire, the piss of fire. I mean, the ring of fire. It was not comfortable at all. I'm still having issues with it, but thank you, Eder Hernandez, for helping me out. And I've run out of these little magic pills that stop it from burning or hurting. But hopefully by the end of this week, I'll be completely well. It really is. It's horrible. Horrible. Fue horrible. Fue horrible. My blessings to you all self. Amen. Yes. Yes. Tell us. It was horrible. Cranberry and Grey Goose. No, no, no. I have stopped drinking. I haven't had a drink since January. Saludos, Eddie Hernandez. What platform to use? Choose what you are comfortable to and make a difference. Preach, brother. I love this, man. Yes, you just need the barcode. Awesome. Hey, Erasmo, I guess sharp people are watching your show. They just sent me a text saying nobody is to be on campus till Monday.
Good.
Good. Good job. Thank you.
I wanted to say that I think only the elementaries are going to be offering the lunches, I think.
That's what I heard as well.
Yes.
Only the
I think
elementary will be giving food away.
but I think anybody, like if you're a high school student or anything, or or middle school, you should be able to pick it up at any of the elementaries that's closest to you.
Yes, only elementary serving lunch. Thank you, Frank. I had lunch with La Tia Solterona. I think you had more than lunch with La Tia Solterona. Yes, some of us parents are working out of town and kids stay home with grandparents. Suppose it's hard. It is hard, Papa. Trust me, I'm on the road and had a buddy of mine help my daughter and trying to fix things over the phone for me. But it's stressful, but with patience, yes, Papa. Thank you so much, Alfonso. God bless you. Stay safe out there, my man. In our elementary campuses, we haven't been trained in Schoology. Yeah, sorry. My friend's kid from Rivera didn't do anything today. He didn't get hotspots. So how is he going to do it? Hopefully soon. Despite the lies of flip-flopping Philip, hopefully soon they'll get their hotspots. Ellie, I've been using Schoology for 6 years and have not had one complaint. Awesome. It really is amazing. Awesome, Ruby. I have offered to help teachers if they have trouble with Schoology and train my department on it. It's all about getting teachers. Yes. Awesome. It's always about giving back, guys, and I am very, very proud. Guys, I'm losing a lot of comments. I want to go fast. And if they elect the rich bitch, will we have pornography 101? No, she only advertises on porn blogs. If any teacher has trouble, they can reach out to me. Yes!
Nice.
Thank you, Ruby. I am more than willing to help my colleagues. We just have to support one another. Preach! And this is what makes our district great, right here. This right here. This is what makes our district great. Thank you, Ruby.
She's a Lopez teacher.
Awesome, Ruby! My Lopez Lobos representing. No,
Those Lopez teachers, man.
but it's true. This is what makes our district great, because we help each other out, It's all about pushing each other forward. And I love that. And you know what? At our level down here, we bust the move, baby. Bust the move. We bust the move. Schoolie has a bust in SA. Erasmo, tu amiga La Pingüina said in her public announcement, BISD has started preparing for this day since beginning. She's a liar, a big, fat, ugly piece of crap, waddling penguin liar. Minerva, oh yeah, La Pingüina horrible asquerosa that uses fake pictures on her posters. Fake pictures on her posters of when she looked like when she was 15 years old. She doesn't look nothing like that. Pingüina, waddler, mentirosa. I might not like her. Hey, Jude. Google Meet is perfect, easy. Erasmo, there's always a solution, except the people rather finding excuses than finding a solution. Preach. Todo tiene solución. Exactamente, mi Rudy. Te amo. We need to think about what's best for the students, not for us. A preach teacher. It's not so much easier for them to use one platform. I would agree. Nearest elementary campus, preach. Let's go. San Antonio Rosa is using Schoology. My niece loves. They say the same thing Ruby said. It took time for them to see all of its offers. The students are logging into Schoology. Have patience. Amen. Patience. Burn, 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 burn. You're right. What barcodes for lunch? They set out barcodes for you to get lunch anywhere. We've used Schoology at Westaco, but Westaco is pretty amazing. From experience as a student assignment, we're so hard to submit for us teachers. Oh, and now imagine how kids will feel trying to submit them. It is too complicated. Google Classroom is the way to go. La pora. Erasmo, ponle VIX. No. I don't see how that make it any better. I'll try, though. It was smooth sailing for us today. No problem. And my daughter was super excited to start. Yeah. Let me tell you, that's true. Most of our kids out there, I would say 90%, 95% of our kids out there were excited to start school. They were excited to start school. You know what they call skipping now, Tony?
I can only imagine.
What my high school students call skipping now is coming on to watch the Erasmo show in the morning. That's what they call skipping. I thought it was funny. Pick up lunch at nearby elementary campus is good. Dilute the strawberry juice with water. I will tonight. Half water, half cranberry juice. You'll be good by the time you finish the water. I'll do that tonight because ya me falta poquito. And let me tell you, fue horrible. Pingüina ratera regresa el dinero que se robaron. Mendiga ratera. Lunch is for all students to be picked up at any elementary school. Thank you. Erasmo, did Carlos ever get signs? He's supposed to get them tomorrow. The most challenging problem on one day one is to get used to the survive sitting in front of a computer for 4 90-minute blocks. Synchronous teaching, learning is a killer. Preach. See you tomorrow at 9. Yes. And actually, guys, I have an announcement. Lonnie is going to be helping me out in the mornings at 9 a.m. in the morning. But I have another announcement. We might start doing the morning show, not only at 9 o'clock for a quick one, but also at 11 a.m. in the morning to allow individuals that have, I don't know, lunch at 11 o'clock to come on and let's spend lunch together. So we're not only going to have breakfast together, we're going to have lunch together at 11 o'clock. We'll see how that works. We'll try it out for a couple of days. And, if it doesn't work, we'll stick with 9. We're still getting a lot of people on, but Lonnie has been so gracious to come on in the mornings and, share her expertise. And she's a wealth of knowledge. The kids are able to stand and stretch and go to the restroom, etc. Let me tell you, when I go to the restroom, it's not good. Oh, they don't have to sit through 90 minutes class nonstop. Good. Squaji is the bust. It was bust in San Antonio. Bust, not best. Tell us how you really feel, Erasmo. Well, since you asked, la figura mentirosa ya metió a toda su familia al BSD. Yeah. Hey, Google Meets, like Zoom, preach. Thank you, Miss Ruby Gonzalez. Maybe Miss Ruby Gonzalez and Tony can put a training together for teachers. Y'all throw it in my page. Just don't use Zoom. Let us. Yeah. Actually, y'all can come on here and use my platform, Tony, anytime you want, and show it to everyone out there. Western High School principal is top notch. Shut out to her. Shut out. La pingüina le pone filtros a los filtros. I use the orange juice my daughter's school provided for breakfast to make me a great. Don't do that. I give you my daughter's teacher. No, you're gonna get me in trouble, Eddie. Where else do our community get info if not with it? I love you, bro. I did the trainings for PD. On PD, I still have problems with the platforms. Call my sister and cousin, both educators. God bless you. Yay for 11 lunch. Woo-hoo! On a serious note, is the city or school administration looking into the weather developments in the Gulf of Mexico? Probably not. I know that Galveston evacuated the city. Frankie, puro sports talk, papa. Sunday at 12:30. I would love that. Yes. Tony, are you up for it?
You're on mute.
Sorry. I mute myself. I'm up for it. I mean, if she's, like I said, I am old school. I'm not very technology savvy, but I'm willing to learn. I've been watching some videos on Microsoft Teams. That's the only reason why I'm using Microsoft Teams, because that's helped me learn how to use it. So if she's up for it, I'm up for it.
You want to shoot for Thursday or Friday?
Whatever works for Ruby.
Okay, so you get in touch with Ruby and you let us know, and y'all can come on here and the whole hour and a half, y'all could go and Ruby can share her screen and she could take over. Does that work?
Awesome.
Y'all coordinate, Ruby. Thank you, Ruby. You're amazing. We need more morning shows in Espanol. I will. Actually, I'll do that during the morning as well. Yes. Frankie, last words.
It was great to see the feed of all the students excited for going back to school since March. Many of them wanted to see their friends, even though it was on the tube, but they were excited. Teachers had their setups. It's an amazing thing to see educators and students be excited for the first day of school, even though it is in a different environment, even though they just woke up and sat in front of the laptop. I asked for patience. Today was a little bit chaotic. Parents need to understand that we will get through this. It's not going to be easy these first couple of days, maybe the first couple of weeks, but our teachers will do everything possible. And our teachers, I want to commend you. Some of y'all were still answering emails at 8, 9 p.m. I got messages of saying, Frankie, when we were at the brick and mortars, it was 4 p.m. See you tomorrow. We're on the web and I'm still answering emails. I still have 44 emails that I haven't addressed yet. Parents are still calling me. And this is amazing from our teachers that they go far and beyond just to make sure that the parents know how to log in, to make sure that the students are reminded, hey, you have to be on at a certain time. It's very rewarding to see individuals who are passionate about what they do. And it is because of individuals such as Tony, Michelle, and Ruby is what makes BISD amazing. Our paraprofessionals, our staff, our custodians. It is because of y'all the reason why we are an exemplary school district. I'm so happy for everybody involved. I know it was a little bit nerve-wracking, but it's going to get better. For people like Tony, for people like Ruby who are willing to take their time out of their day to teach us the proper steps needed in order to connect, in order to get access. I think that's an amazing thing from these individuals. And I'm so proud of Ruby and Tony that they're willing to do this for the community. This says a lot about them. This says a lot about Lopez High. And thank you, ladies, for everything that you do. I have said it before and I'll say it again. I'm confident that our teachers, that our paraprofessionals will do everything possible to make sure that every student during these 4 weeks, and I hate to say it, but hopefully distant learning gets extended for another 4 weeks, because you will do everything possible for our students in the long run. Thank you so much, guys. You guys have a good night. Erasmo Castro, tomorrow morning at 9 a.m.
Hey, Tony, last words.
I just want to say, good luck to everybody who's starting off the year. I know this is hard for everybody, but it's a trying time for everyone, and we should just come together and work together. Like Ruby said, I'm willing to help out the community as much as I can. And I'm very grateful that I've been able to work from home and that I've had, the resources to do so. I'm just very grateful for that, and for my parents and my students who've been willing to put up with me as well. Let's just come together and work together. That's all we need to do to help out our students and to help out everyone, get through this pandemic.
Well, again, Tony, thank you. You're amazing. Thank you, Ruby, for offering to help our folk out here. And again, thank you to all the teachers out there that did an amazing job today. Y'all kick some butt. And parents, y'all are amazing as well. Let's all be patient one with the other. We are all frontline staff out here. So let's be patient. It's going to get better, I promise you. And, a little compassion, a little patience. And I promise you, after this week, a lot of you all might even start liking this distance learning stuff. Guys, tomorrow we'll be on here at 9 o'clock in the morning. We're going to try tomorrow at 11 o'clock just to see how that goes. And we are going to try and change some format in regards to getting some more Spanish on here. And again, our numbers are still not where they need to be. So take care of each other, groceries, medicine, anything that you could do to help somebody else benefits our community as a whole. Guys, please be good to each other. And please be good to me. God bless.